One of the most interesting, most scientific, and most significant aspect of communication. As you know, we have already discussed in our unit 1 that communication is of two types, verbal and non-verbal. Uh, According to some experts, verbal communication contributes to around 7% of the whole communication, whereas non-verbal communication contributes to 93%. However, there is a significant disagreement among the experts. Uh, the ratio ranges from 65% to 93% in favor of non-verbal communication and 35% to 7% for verbal communication. Even if there is a disagreement among the experts related to the contribution made by these two types, they do agree on one point, on one aspect, that non-verbal communication contributes more than verbal communication. So when we look at non-verbal communication, that includes kinesics, paralanguage, proxemics, haptics, chronemics, and etc. Kinesics is the science behind understanding the body language, right? So that adds to major part of non-verbal communication, because it is the body that is visible when there is a direct contact. So in this session, we will look at how our body talks, or how our body communicates when we are in action. In 18th century, we have now, or 19th century, we have one of the primary primary expert of body language, kinesics, is Sigmund Freud. Although his contribution to psychology relates to, more often relates to psychosexual development of a human being, but his basis has given to the exploration of the body language. So in one of his name is Sigmund Freud, and in one of his books he explains it. He that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chats with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him at every pore. So if we look at these two statements, we understand that even if we have closed our eyes, our body has the power to tell what we want to tell, right? Even if we do not speak, even if we do not use verbal means, the fingers, or the signs given by the body are enough to convey our message. So that message is conveyed anyway, and it is all about controlling our thought process. So if we are able to control our thought process, we can always go for controlling communication, controlling message, the flow of message. We can always control that, right? So it is a very important aspect during a formal meeting, a negotiation, uh, interviews, job interviews, right? So there we have to control our body, and we have to understand what the other person wants or wishes. So how do we understand it? what are the ways that we understand it in, right? So in our journey, we will look at various aspects of body language, starting with the hands and then moving on to face and then our legs or walk, right? So first one is hand movements. Hand movement, uh, if I can show you, this is our window. It is parallel to our shoulders, right? And then parallel to downwards to shoulder, right? And then it reaches out to our waist. So that is our window for hand movement. Does not mean that our hands cannot go beyond it, but if we work in this window, we can always have a restricted or desired movement of hand, right? So let's check out what it means further. So open palms. First situation is open palms. It connotes a positive personality. We have already discussed personality in our lab with the 16 personality test, and as well as we have already understood or we have already discussed attitude, right? So it connotes positive personality. It is of open nature, means it is willing to accept suggestions. It is not bound by the nature of our brain. It does not restrict any new learning, right? It is receptive to new ideas, new thoughts. It is very much receptive, right? So when we talk and we have our palms open, right? It is all about being open, being positive, being acceptive, right? Not repulsive, right? This is the ideal situation which a person must communicate in. This is an ideal situation in which communication should take place. However, that is not the case. There are other situations as well. What are those situations? Hugging of the self. So we hug ourselves. We put our arms in between our communication with other person, right? And we are talking about interpersonal communication. So hugging of the self means closed personality, uncertainty, lack of confidence. Uncertainty in the sense that I'm not certain what I'm telling, right? So and closed personality means I'm not acceptive, I'm not receptive, I'm a repulsive. Or even if I'm not repulsive, I'm not able to accept easily, right? So hugging of the self is is not correct. It drives the other person away. It drives it drives the receiver away from us. Then we have got arms folded with thumb position upwards like this, right? It means closed mind and personality. Means completely. I mean, I'm not at all going to listen to you kind of personality, right? It has also got superiority complex, and it is very much a defensive uh, play of communication, right? So our mind is inhibited. Our mind is always always uh, it repels, दूर भगाता है चीजों को, मैं एक्सेप्ट नहीं करूंगा. It is something like that, right? And it is very dangerous, right? It gives that superiority complex. Superior, I am superior. मैं जो जानता हूं वो सुपीरियर है, मैं जो जानता हूं वही सही है, बाकी सब गलत है. So it is that kind of situation. Then clasping of hands behind the back. It is aristocratic gesture, and people who are in that position, either they do it, or it shows extreme confidence, no subordination, and I'm not below anyone, master of all, and I control everything. So if I'm holding my hands behind it and I'm clasping it, right? This is clasp, पकड़ना, जकड़ना नहीं, ऐसे नहीं, nothing like that. It is clasping. So it is aristocratic. वो जो साहब लोग का एटीट्यूड होता है वो साहब एटीट्यूड है ये, राइट? कॉन्फिडेंस जिसमें होता है वो भी ऐसे ही करता है, मैं किसी का सबऑर्डिनेट नहीं हूँ, मैं किसी को सर्व नहीं करता, मुझको सर्व करते हैं. तो इट इज दैट काइंड ऑफ एटीट्यूड. होल्डिंग हैंड्स इन फ्रंट, अगर लेफ्ट राइट के ऊपर होता है, दिस इज लेफ्ट, दिस इज राइट. So if it is on left on right, then aristocratic bend of mind. Right atop the left, it is logical mindset, right? So बस आपको ये देखना है कि कौन पोजीशन कैसे है, पाम कैसे है, कैसे क्लैस्प किया है, राइट? आपको पता चल जाएगा कि वो किस तरह से सोच रहा है आपके बारे में, राइट? तो अगर आप सामने आप खड़े हैं और आप अगर इस तरह से आपने रखा है, लेट मी शो यू. अगर आप खड़े हैं एंड देन you have held your hands like this, right? So this will tell the whole world what kind of feelings you have, or what kind of mindset you have, or what kind of thought process you have in your mind. Hands resting lightly on the neck. It is if you have a problem, you analyze it, right? So we normally we think about it. It is not like sleeping. Do not sleep over it, right? It is not completely sleeping. It is resting slightly, right? So we are thinking about the solution and problem analyze कर रहे हैं, solution उसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. Hands clasping the back of the neck, danger signal. Plunge. शेर जो होता है फटने से पहले अपने को थोड़ा सा shrink करता है, right? And then leaps. So that kind of nature, right? It is very dangerous. I'm resting, okay, and then I'll speak. So this kind of body language you will have to read and see what the other person is doing. Both hands behind the head, it indicates superiority, confidence and possible arrogance. Arrogance show करने के लिए भी इस तरह का होता है. Expression on the face and eye focus also to be studied, कि इस समय कौन सा expression है eyes में, कौन सा expression है face पे, ये भी आपको पढ़ना होगा. And then maintaining eye contact, superiority and confidence. तो आप जैसे नेताजी लोग, साहब लोग ऐसे बैठते हैं आराम से. So they have, or you will feel like, okay, they do not give a damn to me, but it is not that. They are just showing you their language. They are communicating with you. Then scratching head, perplexity. जब हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम में रहते हैं, समझ नहीं पाते हैं कि कौन सा सॉल्यूशन ऑप्ट किया जाए, राइट? कंफ्यूज रहते हैं तो स्क्रैच करते हैं हेड को. इवन शुड बी सॉर्टेड आउट एज they have proved to be a cause of nagging discomfort. जब बहुत ज्यादा परेशान होते हैं, ठीक, किसी चीज को लेकर के, and the life has become black and white, या फिर हम उसको जज करते हैं. ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट का मतलब है जज करना, either good or bad. तो अगर गुड और बैड के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में हम किसी भी चीज को एनालाइज करने के लिए काम करते हैं, देन वी स्क्रैच आवर हेड. Stroking of the chin, right? Idea being pruned and given a careful consideration. We think, we hear, we analyze it, right? I'm listening to you, I'm listening to you, that kind of attitude is that. Then lightly scratching or rubbing one side of the neck, right, indicates insecurity. अरे बाबा ये क्या हो गया, मैं कहाँ फंस गया. Look out for assurances. Reveals intimacy with the self, as it brings the individual in closer proximity with. So it is about you, about me, right? I, me, myself, right? So I am thinking in my mind. The person who is communicating with me, closed. I have closed the door, right? Then clenching of hands, right? जब हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा परेशान होते हैं, गुस्से में होते हैं, then we do that. Speaker does not believe in whatever he is saying. जो स्पीकर है, जो सेंडर है मैसेज का, अगर वो मुट्ठी बांध करके और वो बोल रहा है या कम्युनिकेट करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, तो वो खुद भी श्योर नहीं है कि वो क्या कह रहा है. इट इज जस्ट लाइक, और लिसनर जो है वो फ्रस्ट्रेटेड है, इरिटेटेड है, राइट? थम्स इनसाइड द फिस्ट, thumb inside the fist, right? It is unable to resolve the issue. ये issue resolve नहीं करता है. अगर thumb बाहर है फिर भी थोड़ा सा चांस है, बट अगर अंदर है तो ये बिल्कुल ही closed है. Both hands or one hand on the hip signals authority. ये this is but natural. You all must have seen it, right? Rubbing of hands, हम लोग प्रॉब्लम में रहते हैं या कुछ सोचते रहते हैं, तो वी रब. क्विक रबिंग, एक्साइटमेंट, एंथुजियाज्म, जल्दी जल्दी अगर कर रहे हैं तो मुझे बताना है कुछ. स्लो रबिंग, प्री ऑक्यूपेशन, डिसेप्शन. स्लो अगर कर रहे हैं तो इट मीन्स मैं प्री ऑक्यूपाइड हूँ, कुछ अपने आप में सोच रहा हूँ. आई एम गिविंग अ टाइम टू द कम्युनिकेटर or the sender. I am into myself. As if hands are washed over the issue. ये स्लो वाला जो है ना, वो इट इज समथिंग लाइक, जैसे हम लोग हाथ धुलते हैं तो वैसे ही कि जो इश्यू है उससे भी हाथ धुल लिया. Pressing of hands in front of oneself, pleading for being heard, right? सुन तो ले भाई. Being very confident, right? It is also of confident. अगर हम कुछ बोल रहे हैं और अपने सामने ऐसे हाथ प्रेस कर रहे हैं बोलते बोलते, then it is about confidence, certain of opinion. I'm sure what I'm saying. It is something like that. The listener, जो listener है वो कैसे बोलता है अपने बॉडी से, जो रिसीवर है. This posture indicates interest. If coupled with a bored look on the face, conveys boredom or tiredness with the interaction. ठीक, तो अगर ऐसे कर रहे हैं then boredom है. अगर if this is the position, then it is what I'm interested in.